The motherboard meditation. Breathe comfortably through your nostrils. And simply surrender and know that you are in a safe place. So completely relaxed, use your imagination and visualize a motherboard, which is an overlay of a higher intelligence made up of circuits over your body. It came with you when born, and it is encoded in the DNA or electrical field around you. Your motherboard is a direct result of your consciousness. It is also the plan of your soul, serving as a field and aura around you. It is with this field that you communicate with higher beings and dimensions. And you communicate through intuition and sound and light. So if you are sick or hurt, your motherboard loses power. And to remedy the loss of power, use your love for the divine and sound and light. If the qualities of the circuits in your motherboard are strong, you will heal yourself. So think of your motherboard as a template. And if you get a leak, you may feel ill. And then these things backfire because your field is punctured. So right now what we're doing is we're using sound, we're calling in the light, our intention is pure, and we're focused on a higher love, a love of the heart. And we will create a vacuum again and seal it, because we are calling on a higher energy, the source, to fill us with a frequency that we have prepared ourselves for. And at the same time, we call on higher celestial beings to help, or what I call the creative energy, the Holy Spirit. And of course, our own true light that is part of the one great light. Our motherboard is similar to a matrix, and we don't want it to misfire or become weak in any way. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to change your breath and begin to seriously focus on connecting and bringing about any necessary healing within your motherboard. I'm asking you to begin breathing through your mouth. And just open your mouth slightly and take gentle little breaths. And there will be times you may actually feel like you've stopped breathing, but that's only for a moment. But let this shallow breath through the mouth be in control. And what's behind the control is the holiness of spirit and your pure intent to be in your physical body the best version of who you possibly could be here and now. Do not focus on your head, the intellectual, because the motherboard functions primarily from the heart. And for this to be most powerful, believe with all your heart. And there are many levels to healing, because this is actually a science of light and sound based on love. And the levels are only as good as your belief. So as you breathe with your mouth slightly open, it's about connecting to Source, the all energy. And raising the frequency and keeping it high. So if you're comfortable, you could put a hand on your heart, or simply just imagine that. Or you could even imagine an angel with his or her hand on your heart. And so between your breath and your imagination and your desire to consciously evolve and be more fully who you truly are, a child of God, you are connecting with the circuit main frame on the motherboard. So as I said, this is a science of light. It's a discipline. So stay with your breathing. The open mouth one that I suggested. And say to yourself, I am light. I am the light. I am strong. I won't put up with anything dark. I bring in the light. I be the light. And I stand in the light. And I will keep bringing in the light, being light. And never as a human judge this, because it does work. It may not look like it, but it's being done. This is about the one light, the one power, the one presence. And that light that you're calling is strong. So whatever you do, know, I am being light. And that light will step in when there are problems if you take the time to remember. So be an example on how to be light. And you are when you choose to be successful. Being light. So stay with your breath. So be open to deep self-knowledge. You have that knowledge by being silent and doing your breath and surrendering. You're choosing right now to be a genuine identity. You desire to know yourself, your true self. Ask for direct knowing. If there's anything clouding your vision, ask that it be removed. You are not what you think you are. You're far grander. But yet it's through our humanity that we are here on earth to reveal God. So may I have true vision. And may my desire and imagination be pure. I know that there's a lightness is coming into my motherboard, my aura. And as a conscious being, I must remember to be vigilant and allow no one to mislead me. Part of that is not to be attached to matter. So as you're breathing through your mouth and you're relaxed and you're trusting and you've surrendered, it is asked that any lingering sorrow and doubt or confusion be removed. It is asked that grace guide and comfort you. And that you be free from programmed ignorance. What we all need to be saved from is forgetfulness. And what we need to gain is balance and that equanimity to move forward. So your surrender and trust is awakening you to a higher dimension of being. And each time that I remember, whether it's in meditation or going about my normal busyness in being in a physical body, remembering will bring me closer to freedom and a higher love. There is a teacher within. It is a principle of life based on freedom and unconditional love. And the principle will bring about the union of divinity and humanity. And these words are like the sap of a tree. Remember. Remember these essentials and let go of the worries that oppress. The true treasure is the rediscovery of an inner peace. And simply being who you are in the joy of being. So as you breathe the holy breath, be open. Be open to a transformation that will set you free. Our destiny is to be both the divine and the human, as they truly are. But for us to succeed, we must realize that this is through embracing the love of God. And we are able to love and embrace that God within us. So may my spiritual senses of sight and hearing and feeling be more fully activated. And as my motherboard is now adjusting and harmonizing with the one reality, may I continue to remember and stop identifying solely with the outer image body. May I accept that I can actually live in freedom by abiding in the one. So stay with your breath. Put your ego aside and allow the true you to be in charge. May I learn to consciously step out of the straitjacket of the ego. And may I be restored to my true heritage and source. May I live a conscious life of love and wisdom. And may I stop blaming myself. It is I who give my path directions. I am created to be in harmony with the divine. You know all this. This is a reminder. It's a reminder to keep the instrument of the mind and body in tune. And bliss, that joy, is the delight and fulfillment of the Holy Spirit. So in this moment, I feel that unconditional peace, that no one and nothing can take from me. And may I hold on to that peace. See, peace is a process of becoming. It's an accomplishment that we have allowed. So search in your own heart for the treasure. And sometimes we must venture into the darkest rooms of our house. Because only within do we find our true being. It is up to us to verify these statements. So in my state of surrender and love and quiet, I increase my goal to go beyond that which confines and imprisons. I will not indulge in extremes, in emotions and tears, but with understanding, pass through them to higher ground. So I use my challenges to grow in a consciousness of love. Remember that. Use your challenges to grow in a consciousness of love. In gratitude, I know right now that I'm achieving heart peace. I'm achieving heart love. And I'm ready for more. And I will shape my days from my heart. So, as I focus again on the motherboard, the things that may have been out of balance on some levels are being fixed. And a warming is occurring all over my body. Any damaged parts or leaks need to receive warmth and reawaken. And the white light of the Creator will completely reshape whatever needs to be corrected. Know this. This white light of God lives within your body in every molecule, and it knows what to do. All you need to do is be receptive. and allow the expansion into absolute grace of total rejuvenation. You're ready. You're ready for the purpose that you came here for. I suggest you tell your higher self, the true you, that you just simply say, I love you. And I'm open to receiving your transformation on all levels. So let your higher self move. Feel it everywhere, through every cell, every molecule. This is the music of the Spirit, this love. And the more we receive it, the more fully we can express our purpose here on earth. Why not be? Why not be pure light here in matter? We can refigure our whole lives. So hold on to this energy. And the more we hold it, the more we realize that we are becoming sons. It is the way of the new earth. So retain this healing message in your mind and heart. And why not wake up every morning and expect good changes? Because the Holy Spirit, that love that is beyond description, the warmth of the divine can melt and transform anything. Your consciousness has received, and it welcomes the call. This is a new day. It's a higher birth. And it's just the beginning of something far beyond what we have humanly imagined. So I'm going to be silent for a little bit as you reflect and gratefully receive the heightened energy, which is pure love. You have experienced a healing. And the triumph of the light will always prevail. So allow yourself to get into your secret joy and move and flow in the light. Because everything you need is inside of you. So as we're closing and you're reflecting, offer gratitude. Take your time and rest there as long as you need. Assimilate, accepting, and being in gratitude. And when ready, rise and shine as your true and glorious eternal self.